Drink up like communion. If you wanna chase with me, gotta go, girl. One more thing, and dance with me. Cause all respect, you better be dapper dan. That's the only way you are going me on. Cause I'm a real boss, me need a real man.
Hey guys, Brian, Carl, what's going on everyone? Welcome to Let's Go Live, everybody. It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? I missed you guys, but guess what? We have an absolutely epic show tonight. It is a convo or a combo. So instead of just one guest tonight, we have two epic guests. StoneBwoy from Ghana, and we have Etana from Jamaica, who I believe is on right now. Let's see if we can bring up Etana. Okay, they're both Grammy award nominated artists, guys. I know Etana's in here somewhere. I just saw her pop up. And they have a song together which is called Proppa. This one right here. Now Etana has a new album which is coming out called Pamoja. This is the lead single from the album. And okay, this is an Etana. All right, well, how are you guys doing? Hi, Tone. Aaron, good to see you. No Georgie right now, Aaron. That's on Loose Lips. A little background on the artist, guys. So Etana, she's going to be working with Vybz Kartel on the new album. Damian Marley is on there as well as StoneBwoy. StoneBwoy himself has worked with everyone from Beanie Man. He's got a new project with Buju Banton. He was also, he's on a track with Sean Paul, who was on the show last time, the last Let's Go Live. Okay, Etana, I think, has joined. So let's bring her up right now. Hi, Etana. Hi, Lance Gross. I see you in here. Hat UGS. Okay. Request, Etana. So Etana's one of the biggest names in reggae music. She, I think, is going to be live from Jamaica right now. Etana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Looking absolutely gorgeous. Where are you live from right now?
I'm live from Kingston, Jamaica.
You are? Nice. Well, I wish I was there. I'm in New York City at the moment. And we're going to be joined by StoneBwoy in just a few. You guys, of course, have this new track out called Proppa, which is fire, like hot.
Thank you.
And it's one of those songs that you listen to it for the first time and you love it immediately, which is really hard to achieve, I think. You've actually said this is your fastest growing song that you've ever released.
It is. And I'm excited
about it.
Tell
us what's been going on.
Say that again?
Tell us what's been going on with the song.
Well, DJs are calling for the songs. The song is being played in places that would not normally play my songs because they're usually like in the reggae zone.
Yeah.
So, and
this is a bit more of a pop kind of feel to it, right?
Right. And so when it first dropped on AudioMac and some of the other streaming platforms, the numbers was just so high. And I'm thinking, oh God, okay, so what do I do now?
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
I'm excited. I love it. I'm excited.
Yeah. There's so much to talk about. I'm going to put you guys to our 10 in 10 challenge once StoneBwoy gets on, which is 10 random and revealing questions so the audience can really get to know you a whole lot better. But in the meantime, tell me how you've been making it through quarantine and the pandemic.
Stay creating. More family time with the girls. More
and you have two girls, is that right? You have two daughters?
I have two girls.
Okay.
So I'm digging into me a lot more, going through all of my business stuff that I did earlier, kind of like doing that spring cleaning kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, nice.
And I have a lot of time to do that.
Contracts and some of the business stuff that you tell us.
Oh, so you heard about that?
I heard about that. Little birdie told me about that. So what was going on with the contracts? Did you rip some of those up, or what happened?
No, I went through the contracts, and then I found that there were some discrepancies, a lot in some of the agreements, and one that actually made me think, I might have to like go through a whole litigation process at this moment.
Oh, wow.
You know. Yeah, it's just that bad. What I
Who was
found.
that with? Can you
VP.
say?
VP. Of course I could say.
Oh, it's
I,
with VP Records. Oh wow,
yeah.
which is your former record label.
Yeah.
What was the situation? What was the discrepancy that you found?
Well, I think the shortest way that I can say it is that even though there was an agreement before, when the agreement ended, VP continued to act as if the agreement was still in process.
Oh, so still sort of representing you and
Still claiming, publishing, still doing different things, like as if they were the publisher or owner of the work.
oh wow. Okay, okay. Have you contacted them since then about this
Oh,
or
we've had several conversations. We've had
okay.
many conversations, and they won't relinquish their claim, and they say that they basically we just have to go to court to resolve it.
Oh wow. Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Tell me, how would you say the pandemic has changed you and maybe even potentially changed your music?
I think I got more creative. I think I got less concerned about what people have to say. Um, and I think I'm just allowing that creative to jump out and make music for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. How have you been able to find the balance, especially with the pandemic? You must be working from home a lot. So finding the balance between being a mother and also being a creative, how do you do that? And also being a wife as well, by the way.
It's hard.
As
It's
a
not
mother and
easy.
a business person, because you run your own record label now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy because then you know, there are times when you have to do the karate and you have to do the mom stuff. And then
Yes.
in the middle of doing the mom stuff, I'm like, hold on. And I'm on the phone. And so I do find like at some point though, I have to shut off. I shut off
Yeah.
from everything and everyone. So while they're in school, I do take that 1 hour or 2 hour, or I wake up like at 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I
You're
wake
an
up at
early
4.
riser.
Yeah,
What
I wake
time
up
do you
at
go
4
to bed
a.m.
if you wake up
And
at
in that
4?
time, I'm just really quiet. That's my quiet zone, my quiet space at 4
Okay.
o'clock in the morning. And I
That's the only
stay,
time you get.
but at that time, everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
Cars, I mean, everybody, basically, until at least 6 o'clock when, you know, and then it's just me and the birds outside.
Oh, wow. How old are your girls, by the way?
4 and 8.
Okay. Okay. So they're still pretty young.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see if I can find StoneBwoy yet. He's not here yet. But I think Brian will probably give us an update in the chat, hopefully, on where he is. Tell me about how you came together with StoneBwoy in the first place, because you knew of him. I think you'd met him before, hadn't you? And you liked his vibe.
I met him in Europe when I just came off stage, and the show was just so wicked. They were like,
Oh, yeah.
people like, you know, saying, yo, where were you? Where were you? Why, you know, why did we take so long to see you? When they were like going off in that particular zone where I forgot where we were.
Yeah, somewhere in Europe.
But
It was
yeah, but the
it was
festival
the
was
UK.
wicked. You know, in Europe, in some, I think it was either Sweden or one of those places, Switzerland.
Okay.
I don't remember. But anyway, when I got off the stage, StoneBwoy was there, and we just like took a couple pictures. We hooked up, and we were like, yo, I said to my team, I said, listen, I'm gonna do a song with him. And as soon as we got back over, I did keep in touch. And then like last year, we was like, hey, ready, track ready. And we sent it over. He jumped on it. Somebody said Belgium. That's probably where we
Oh,
were.
it was in Belgium. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they were there at that show.
Yeah. And so I sent him the track. He sent it back to me in like a week and a half, and we recorded, and it was just like wicked, wicked, wicked.
Wow, awesome. And I
Yeah.
know you're also working with, this was actually one of the 10 in 10 questions, but I'm going to ask you about it now because it was solely for you. But you're working with Vybz Kartel, who I have to say is one of my favorite
I
artists
can't
of
wait
all
to
time.
drop that song. I cannot wait to drop
I've
that
heard
song.
it as well, and it's an
Ma,
awesome,
you heard it?
So I heard it. Shh, nobody else has. But yeah, it's an awesome song. Now, a lot of people were surprised that you would choose to work with Vybz Kartel because he's a bad boy, to say the least. You know, very raunchy, very raw lyrics. And
Yeah.
you know, you're a good girl and socially conscious music. So tell me, how did this collaboration even come together? And did you ever have any second thoughts about it?
No, I wasn't afraid of what he was going to say or do. I just figured, you know, it would be a good song either way.
Yeah.
And yeah, we called him, and not called him, but called his team,
Okay.
you know, and he said,
did you know him before that? Had
of
you?
course, we met years ago.
Oh, so
like,
you've known him for years. You guys
yeah,
go way
in
back.
early days. Yeah, in the early days, we met years ago and talk and everything. And it's unfortunate that he is where he is. But then he has a team of people outside that still work, still put everything together, you know. And when I sent the track to his team and they sent back, you know, the whole song completed, I was like, yo, wicked. Because I already recorded my part. Only thing that they had to do is just put his voice in there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and it came out just perfect.
So how were you able to do that sort of logistically? Because obviously he's in prison at the moment.
Right.
So how did that work logistically? While you talk, I'm just going to text Brian, the lovely Brian Greenspoon, who will let us know where StoneBwoy is. But yeah, logistically, how did that work?
So his producer that he used to work with a long time ago named TJ, he has vocals already that they've done on several songs, you know? And of course, he has to get his approval, which takes days.
Yeah.
It takes like some days. And then when he gave the approval, then TJ put the song together, right? Because there is no mic, there is no studio. So TJ puts the song together. TJ then sends it somehow back to him. He eventually verifies, and then we can move forward. Because I did not want to move forward without hearing. He said it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
What's going on? Hi.
Hi. This is amazing.
I
never
got
knew we could...
excited that you got on, and then
Yeah,
everything came crashing down.
I have to get on. I never knew we could do this. Like, I thought Instagram could only host one person at a time.
This is a new thing.
I was like,
so this was the perfect timing. Like, I think just a week ago or something, they added this new feature where you can have as many as 4 people.
Damn, man. So how many people can it have?
So you can get 4 people on. You can get 4 people on at once now. So this is perfect. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go live soon then. Cause we have some things to talk about, and we have some people to come on it still, so you don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you live from right now, StoneBwoy? Where are you?
I'm in ATL right now.
Okay. What are you doing there?
Couple things.
Couple of things.
And,
like what?
And recordings. And you know, you can't left out the music, so you see, work I go and steal, you know, every single time. Every single time, so I'm just plenty things coming up. I think I should drop an album next or something, because the songs are just piling up. But it's all good because I'm not in a rush to drop them, because I believe that when you give birth to a child, the child have to grow. You have to look after it, you know? So it gets to a level.
Nurture it, right?
Keep giving birth and you don't take care of them. So, you know, we have lots of babies in store, you know?
I bet you do. Well, StoneBwoy, I want to ask you, because of course you're on this track, Proppa, with Etana, which I'm absolutely loving. It's a fire track. So tell me, what was it that made you say, yes, this is a feature that I want to do. I really want to work with Etana.
All right. The truth has to be told, you feel me? Reggae music has impacted the whole world, you know, to a very huge extent, where the likes of Etana can never be written out of the history when it comes to the females that have stood up for reggae music, you know, to an extension dancehall music as well, because they all belong to one place, one space sometime, you know. So she has stood out, and I've been a huge fan. No disrespect, I've been a huge fan from time. You know, her songs. So when Etana, I think we met on tour somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, we were just discussing that. Was it Belgium?
That must have been Belgium. In Belgium, but I've known it. If you don't know,
he remembers more than me. Belgium.
Yes, Belgium, if you don't know Etana, then you don't know reggae music, which
Yeah.
is right. You feel me? So she's been there, done that, seen everything, and still kicking it. So it's an honor for me, actually, irrespective of what I'm also doing back home in Africa and the rest. It was an honor to jump on a song like that. And honestly, I was pleased to one more time prove or continue to work the combination that I've always been pushing ever since I started the musical journey.
Yeah.
You know, to combine Caribbean music and African music together at any given opportunity. You know, so this also came as a great opportunity that was worth it. You feel me? Like, if Etana says StoneBwoy, I need upon a song,
Yeah.
I don't see it from a hype level. I see it from a level of let's continue to bridge the gap.
Totally.
You know what I mean? That's where I see it coming from. I don't see it coming from because you're big or you're small or you're tiny or you're huge or you have a following.
Yeah.
That's where I took it from, and I'm on it. I jumped on the song. We beat the song a long time ago, you know? And at the point,
When did you make it?
Etana, tell her now.
From last year.
Okay. Okay.
It was from last year. It was a good while because I actually, like he said, when you make the baby has to take time and grow. So I actually, and then when we created that song, it wasn't that long ago that I released an album already called Gemini.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give it some space before dropping the songs from the new project.
Before
And so I waited all the way to here to release the song.
Well, we're loving it.
I felt it wasn't coming. I was not bothered. But once it was done, once the song has ever been done, it's all right. Whether it counts or not, it's been created. That's one thing I believe as well, you know, because everything takes time. And now here you go.
In the perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly. The timing is everything, really, at the end of the day. StoneBwoy, I was saying to Etana that now I'm going to put you guys to the 10 in 10 challenge, right? 10 random and revealing questions, so the audience can really get to know you better. Some of them are going to be, most of them are joint questions. Some of them are going to be solo questions. But here's my first one for you, okay? For both of you, complete the sentence, I give the best blank.
Ladies first.
Wait, what did you say, StoneBwoy?
Ladies first.
Ladies first, you said.
Love.
You give the best love.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that. You're full of love. StoneBwoy, what do you give the best?
The best of me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, no one can ask for more than that, than the best of you, can they? Good answers, guys. That's my icebreaker question. Okay, so question number 2. I'm going to give you 2 song titles for each of you, and then I'm going to ask you a question around that song title. Okay, so Etana, will start with you, ladies first. I'm Not Afraid from The Strong One, which is your debut album.
Yeah.
What are you afraid of? What's your biggest fear or your biggest phobia?
Oh boy. Maybe flying.
Oh, really? You don't like flying?
No, when so I know I have to travel, but if I'm like flying for a long time and there's like turbulence for too long, I'm wide awake and I'm sitting up straight and my seatbelt is on and I don't like that. So maybe, that's my fear.
Turbulence is not fun. Turbulence is not fun at all, especially severe turbulence. Okay, StoneBwoy, this one is for you. Everlasting from your latest album that came out last year. If you could choose only one thing to be everlasting in your life, what would that be? See, we're getting deep here.
Wow. Choose one thing to be everlasting in my life, right?
Yeah.
I think family.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
And you're married. Do you have 2 kids?
Yes, I have 2 beautiful kids.
You have 2 kids. Yep. And your lovely wife is a doctor as well. Okay, Etana, Heartbroken, which came out in 2011. What's been your biggest heartbreak experience and what did you learn from that?
Oh, man.
Tell it. We're listening.
Something
Okay,
inspired
so
the track.
Heartbroken, the song, You Broke My Heart. That one. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Beautiful voice.
I was outside on tour, outside of Jamaica on tour, and I was dating someone.
Yeah.
And the helper called, and I'm telling the story straight like
Who
it
is
is,
that?
right?
Who is that? Who was
The
you dating,
helper called.
please?
Name names.
We
He
want to
wants
know.
names.
The helper called me, and she was like, and that was like, yeah, the helper called me, and she said, "Hey, did you have a friend come over the house?" And I said, "No, I don't have a friend coming over the house." And she said, she was in the bed. And I said,
Oh.
okay. And she said, I said, go look in her bag at her ID and tell me what. And she said, oh, I'm gonna go look. So she found the passport, and she said, it seems like it's somebody who flew in.
Oh.
So then when
Wait,
I called,
whose house was this?
that was the guy that I was dating. That was my boyfriend at the time.
What's his name?
I can't give his name.
What's his
because
address?
boy, the
We
whole of
want to
Jamaica
know.
would know.
Just say his middle name. Just say his middle name.
Oh, jeez.
How long ago was this then?
No. This was like right around the time that the song was released in 2011.
2011, right? Okay.
Or 12. No,
so
no.
you found out.
2010, sorry. Yeah, so I found out that she was there.
Yeah.
And then I remembered when the plane, when I off tour, because after I heard the message, I was like, all right, cool. And I'm on the road and I'm working. When I landed in Jamaica is when the tears started coming down my face. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to deal with this. And you know, I'm Etana, so I'm like wiping it off. So
what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
And I went in and I didn't do anything, actually. I just said, well, you know, this is your choice. It's all good. And I just took everything. And he said, oh, I'm going to be moving soon. And I said, well, let me know if you need my help. And I just left.
Oh, wow. You handled that well. You handled that very
yeah.
gently.
I mean, we were dating.
Yeah.
But if a man makes a choice while you're dating him, what are you going to do? I'm not going to fight or cry or whatever.
Okay.
Then you make your own choice at that point.
I'm Etana. I you know.
You're the
strong one.
Exactly.
The strongest one.
Yeah.
You get through this. Okay. So, StoneBwoy, this one is for you. Go Higher from the Livingstone album. Livingstone's actually your real name as well. What's been your biggest career high so far? And what's been your biggest career low?
Wow, my biggest career high. I'm still working so hard to get to the top. You know, I missed all these whole, you know, major and all this independent kind of fight that's always going on. You know,
Yeah.
I'm privy to the struggle. So I feel like I still can get higher than where I am, which is obvious.
Which is global superstar, yeah.
But so far, my height is it's StoneBwoy right now. It's one gun, you know, the big nation president, you know.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for the fans. I'm grateful for my loved ones. I have a nation behind me that we built together.
Yeah.
A whole nation. It's not even like an army. So when you pay attention to my thing, you see the journey and you can actually record the heights. You feel me? So
Yeah.
So far so good, but there's more room for improvement. And my low would be it's just the struggles that we all go through to get things done, you know. Those might be the lows, you feel me? Like people always see the glitz and the glamour and they don't really realize that there are lows that we have to go to be able to spring up to the heights that they see. So everything that you know, I can't specify one thing.
One of the things, because you both got started really early. I think, Etana, you were about 8 at the time, and StoneBwoy, weren't you around 4 years old when you first started singing?
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. So, but when you were 13, you got into a car accident. I know that was a difficult time for you, sort of dealing with mobility or the lack of mobility that came along with that. How tough was that time for you? Because that was sort of part of your career because you got started so young.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't shy away from saying that or answering that if anybody asks me, because you know you don't know who is gonna get inspired from that.
Yeah.
That would definitely be my lowest, you know. But God being so good, I had my family, like I said, and my mom was like my strength. My mom was my strength.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, she was my strength. Like, she would always keep inspiring me and telling me, you know, that's not how you were born. You know, like, I even know that's not how I was born anyway. So I had to go through, the whole thing. So, I still pushed hard, and there was no excuse for me. No excuse. Zero excuse at the time. I had to go through senior high school, wearing trousers. I know at the time people that we wore shorts, but I wore trousers. And I had metals in my knee, and you couldn't, situations were tough as well. You have to walk to school, like you walk. I'm not even, you walk like, probably, if I'm not kidding, you could walk like an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. To school, there and
if
back.
not more, and I still had to go through that. I was happy going through it because, I mean, I know that I have a strong heart. Etana is a strong one, but, I'm the stone,
You got a strong heart.
I'm the living stone. So the stone got to go through the life that, so I pushed it. And when my mom died, I actually went to do a surgery to correct it, because she wouldn't want me to do it,
Wait, to correct what?
To correct the surgery, to correct the, whatever they call it. Because I couldn't bend my right knee, right? Because it was badly affected.
Yeah.
So she was always scared that, and she would tell me not to attempt to, because she's been through the number of surgeries that I've done, and we've been together for a long time. We went through it. So she was okay with me finally at least moving, going up and down, but there was obvious, like, he couldn't bend his right knee. And some people couldn't even realize. They thought I was walking in style.
Okay. So that was your little thing that you... Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so
your little swag.
Sometimes the girls got to walk like me to be able to know the feeling. You know what I mean? It was like swag. But it wasn't. Only I knew. It's not only I knew. It was not obvious. But it was clear. Like, you know. And then when she passed, I had to go correct it, because I had no one to keep telling me, is that right? Is that right? So I had to just go.
Yeah. And now we see you dancing in your videos and everything.
I love to dance.
Yeah. Well, you're good at it. Question number 3. I want to start off with you here, StoneBwoy. You are the founding father of Afro-Dancehall. So for those who don't know, a lot of us do, but for those who don't know what that is, and it is bridging the gap, tell us about this subgenre that you've created and how you did it.
First and foremost, I have to give credit to my predecessors, people who have been there from from time, and I rightfully would own this, and because I actually set Afro-Dancehall probably the first from 12 years ago. And I actually describe my style as that, because there was a Jamaican influence of dancehall and Afrobeats as well.
Yeah.
And so there was no other way around. I felt like calling it Afro-Dancehall was the way forward. I, from the beginning, got a lot of bashment from some people and even some Jamaicans. But in the end, they realized that it was not something they could frown up against, because we have to have a platform upon which we can all, build. So lately you find out that many Jamaican artists, like the song we just dropped is Proppa, is an Afrobeat song with dancehall flavor. You feel me? And I've been at this for like 10 years ago, trying to push that. So it gives me joy now that everybody knows me for that style. And I'm really grateful, because absolutely, if obviously, if you say Afrobeat, or you put in Afrobeat in your computer or anything, you find out that our beloved country, Nigeria, dominates the list. You hardly find any other African except you know what you're searching for. But if you go general Afrobeat, you find a lot of Nigeria. So this would be an opportunity for Ghana as well to tap into that vibe and have like a global standpoint, where when you put in Afro dancehall, that's like Ghana representing it through, you know, through the whole of Africa. So it gives me a lot of joy to hold that mantle, to say this is what we also have to, you know, to add onto the global scene of the African, you know, invasion.
Can I ask you as well, just growing up in Ghana, where you got your passion for dancehall music and Jamaican culture?
Say that again, please.
Yeah, so growing up, because you were born and raised in Ghana.
Yeah, in Asaiman, basically.
Yeah. So where did you get your passion for dancehall music? Like, what was it about dancehall and Caribbean culture where you were like, I'm feeling this, like I connect with this? Yeah.
In the ghettos, you know, you hear reggae music, you know, because it uplifts us. So you hear dancehall music, because born in the hood, that's what we know. We lived on. We had the high life music, the traditional music, but everybody in Africa, as far as I'm concerned, can relate to reggae music or dancehall music. And it's amazing because I think it is beyond just the genre of music. It goes up onto the fact that we're all Black people and it lives in our DNAs. You feel me? So that is how we can always relate, because I could speak Patois before I ever stepped foot in Jamaica. You know, just listening to reggae, and all these ones. Yes, it. So we are one people. Caribbean, African is just one people, same sound, same roots. So, but we're just very diverse, you know, and very, very gifted. So much so that we can live another trillion years still breaking things down, you know. You feel me? So that's how we got the inspiration to do reggae music and to do dancehall music. And personally, I didn't want to stick to just the local scene. You know, I've always had the urge to break out. I'm definitely a free spirit. So I always wanted to do something that would challenge me. So I felt like, okay, this is the time to study, to show myself approved, basically. And gradually, this is where we are today. So
yeah, well, love it. And Etana, I'm going to ask you the flip side of that question. So growing up in Jamaica, you've always had this really strong connection to African culture and African music. And of course, Africa isn't monolithic, but just in general, you've always embraced African culture. Tell us where you got that from. Because even your name, Etana, is Swahili for the strong one. That's where the strong one comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like years ago, a little bit out of high school, I, you know, left like Christianity and started searching around in our history, and even reading through the Bible, learning things about our lives, and even the water that we drink, the food that we eat, where it comes from, how it works, and how, you know, how we got misplaced, and how things, you know, how I got to where I am, or and I say I am because we are, you know, how we got to where we are. And after studying so much and learning so much, I decided that, hey, you know, there's a way that I need to live. There's a certain way that I need to walk. I need to talk this way. I need to eat this way. I need to treat people this way. I need to have them understand that's how I need to teach them how to treat me, you know. And that's when I said, you know what, N2, my name is Shauna and it means pretty, right? But women are beautiful all over the world, but we all are not always aware of how powerful we are. Yeah. And so I had to find a name that meant the strong one, and I found it. And I remember even after some years later, people from Kenya were like, no, the name Etana is not Swahili, it's not Swahili. But after landing is when someone told me, yes, it is Swahili. It's from a small tribe in Kenya that the name comes from. And I think my grandmother too has a lot to do with how I am, because I was raised with her. Yeah. And she taught me a lot, and a lot of things that I thought was funny when she said them. And when she talked about kumina, and where the music come from with the drums. Okay. And how Africans were even passed through Brazil. And in Brazil, there is a you know, like a port where people come through, and it's called kumina.
Hmm.
Right, that's what the Africans call it, kumina. And so the drums that they used to play is the same. They kind of use the drums to link each other, to link themselves. So even as they travel, wherever they go, they would take this drum. Some people call it kete, some people call it kumina, you know, different things. But the thing is, in Jamaica we say kumina, in Brazil they say kumina, you know.
Okay.
But it's still like, as I go through life, I realize that even though our ancestors were taken from Africa, from different places, and brought through different ports, we found different ways to connect. And my gift of music, I think, is given to me to carry that on, you know.
I love that. Yeah. Can you guys tell me, how much do you think the US and the UK has played a role in the rise of dancehall music and also Afrobeats? How important has that connection been, the US and the UK?
Ladies first.
Well, when you really think about it, same thing. Jamaicans, a lot of Jamaicans were brought to England.
Yeah.
And so too, a lot of Africans were brought to England too to help to build the UK. And so they carried the music, they carried the culture, they carried the drums with them. And when you walk through the streets of England, even a British born will still speak patois lines, and you're looking like, and you may want to ask the question, so how come you're speaking patois and you're British? But you have to understand the link and the connection was never broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
What's
separated us,
interesting,
but the link was never broken.
absolutely. And what's interesting is you'll also find people who are white, people who are Indian, people of all different races. Jamaican culture has had a huge influence on youth culture in the UK, and obviously African culture, Ghanaian culture. But let's talk about the rise of Afrobeats as well. StoneBwoy, do you want to take that one?
I mean, as far as I know, I remember like a couple years ago, people were saying, oh, reggae songs are not really catching on as fast as Afrobeat. And I remember some people were like, what is Afrobeat? What are you talking about?
Oh,
and
you asking what is it?
Yeah, we didn't know. It was just catching on at the time. We didn't know what it was, and we were like, yo,
how long ago was this though?
Not long ago.
What, a couple of years ago?
The conversation was probably like maybe
5
years ago. Yeah. Maybe 5 years ago, and people were like, well, what's that?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think 5 to 10 years, between 5 and 10 years, because the likes of the Bunch, Two-Face was probably the first one to perform in Jamaica one time, and so it was going from that, you know.
Yeah, but something
But in the
happened.
last 5 years,
Something happened in the last
Taken
5
off.
years. Like something just like, maybe it was like a balloon that just popped, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, yo, Afrobeat. But then I think it's just the same link. If you listen to the music, it's, you know, it's the same kind of. The only difference, I think, the major difference is when the language comes in.
Which I wanted to ask about, because StoneBwoy, with you, it's interesting. I was watching something online where a Ghanaian UK guy was talking about one of your songs, and he was saying, I'm not sure what language he's speaking it. It's sort of a blend. Is that what you do with your music?
Yeah.
It's kind of a blend of different languages.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of beauty in the blend. Like, you speak Pidgin, you speak Twi, you speak Ewe, you speak Ga. I could complete one line speaking 3 languages in there, and it means the same thing. You know, like I want to, you know, like a couple lines, and that's the beauty of it. You know, like she said, that's the beauty of it. The language also adds up to the style. But I think if you pick dancehall and reggae itself, it still has that strong African sort of tone to me. You know, like if anybody spoke typical patois and you heard somebody speaking typical Ghanaian, one of the Ghanaian languages, you'd be like, what? Same attitude, same kind of flow, you know. Same. So we're only grateful now that we're not worrying each other anymore. Because one time when I was in Jamaica, I was driving to Orchard, what them part the name again? Yeah, Ocho Reyes, you know.
Yeah.
And we stopped by a gas station to pick up a thing. And just by my demeanor, that one taxi driver was like, yo, you're African? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, and one person sitting on the other side was like, yo, are them selling you to know? And I'm like, no, this shouldn't be happening in today's time. I understand definitely that sometimes part of the slave vibe was business.
Yeah.
There should be a part that was business. I wouldn't attribute it all to an invasion and that. Like, there could be a point where some people would want to indulge in it to help. They say in my language that I don't know, that's how to put that adage. Like, somebody from the inside has to give you out for your traitors to get you. So
yeah,
that's the thing they say. So I was like, okay, that vibe alone is not like it's not real. We have to also teach our people that we didn't cause any disruption. We're all the same people. So it gives me joy that in the end we're all enjoying our music now. Like, everybody feeling so free to play some Afrobeat rhythm. Everybody feeling so free to jump on some dancehall as well. Yeah. And by virtue of that, I got the opportunity to perform in Jamaica Reggae Sumfest.
Yeah.
And
the first, you're the first
Ghanaian.
Yeah,
first Ghanaian. I think
Ghanaian artist.
Two-Face did something, but I don't know if it's Reggae Sumfest. And then Potter Ranking came through that year. I was supposed to as well, but I couldn't, and I followed up. So, like it from the last 5 years, we appreciate on behalf of all the dancehall reggae artists from Africa, which I definitely lead the squad in a lot of ways. Yeah. You know, we're grateful and we're thankful that the time is here. And so from now to the next 5 years, it's just going to be beautiful. When Corona runs away, we're just going to be smashing things back and forth, you know, and making things more beautiful. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay, good stuff. Question number 4. This is about the single Proppa. We did speak a bit about it earlier on, but this is actually a song about how a man needs to come correctly. He needs to come proper, right? Yes. When he's courting you, Etana. But I want to ask both of you. We'll start with you, Etana. What 3 tips would you give to people in terms of how a man should treat a woman proper?
Right.
In a relationship? What are your top 3 tips? Like, this is what women need from a man in a relationship. This is the proper thing to do.
Respect, love, real love, not like the kind of love we're hearing about now in R&B style from the US.
You mean the lust?
I'm not talking about the throat and the stuff. I'm talking about love, real love, you know.
How do you know if someone really loves you?
When they're willing to put you even before them.
But how is that possible?
Yes. Okay.
Because the Bible says, love your neighbor like yourself. So it can only be on an equal level.
Hold on, darling. But I didn't get there yet. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So a woman naturally is supposed to love and honor and take care of her house, her husband, her boyfriend, her man, more than boyfriend, her husband, her man, her children, right? She has the most love for all of them. She will feed all of them before she feeds herself, right? She will make sure that her man does not walk through the door with his clothes all wrinkled and looking all dirty or whatever. Nothing, no stain, no nothing. Clean. You know, she's the one that lays it down when he needs it and lays it down per when she done drop sleep. You know? Yeah. And then in return, a woman likes stability. She likes to know that her home will not be broken. And she likes to know that her heart too will not be broken and she will not be disrespected. And she also likes to know that her man will lay down the carpet for her as much as she lays down the carpet for him.
Red carpet, right? The red carpet.
The red
True,
carpet.
true. I agree with that. So StoneBwoy, we need to hear from you. So what are your top 3 things of how a woman needs to treat a man proper in a relationship?
The Proppa queen said it. She said it. She said the ladies have to take care of the man, them, you know, make sure. But that is true. But I believe that in today's times, everybody is busy.
Yeah.
Lady at work, man at work, so they go find a maid.
Go find a maid.
In today's reality,
True, maybe
like,
be helpful.
but like this reality, everything that Etana said is definitely what I saw my mom do.
Yeah.
It's definitely what my dad's generation did. Most of them wouldn't even work, would just be home, take care of the kids, and have some businesses like trading and The percentage of women who were eligible and were working and were breadwinners was lesser than it is now in our time.
Yeah.
At time. So I'm just being very real as to how a woman can treat the man in these times. So the expectation level is not like I expect like she be washing my things and ironing. If she did all of those.
Oh, I thought you said a mate. I didn't know you said a maid. You said
oh, you thought what, like a side?
Oh,
yeah.
No. My bad. This is where the accent, intonation, and different cultures step in. So you know, like you know. So I think the way that Etana described it is just so beautiful and very, very earth. You know. But now, it's like we're all going to space. We're no more on Earth anymore. So
heading to Mars soon.
Some of those ways that a man can be treated well is passed on to the mates, them, to do the clean, the cook, But in my time now, we're living up to it. But the most important thing that you said is that they have to love their man. They have to make sure they keep him stable as well. Because a lot of men are not able to show their strengths. Are not able to show their weakness.
He has to be strong. It takes strength from the woman.
Their weaknesses, they're always supposed to be strong, you know.
Yeah.
But it comes from the home. They are so disturbed. Like when you ask somebody, "Are you going to go home?" He's like, "No, hell no." Like yesterday, I caught up that vibe. It's me and the boys. We went through one club, and then the guy was like, "Okay, we're done. Let's go home." And the guy said, "No, hell no. I'm not." I'm like, "I ain't going home." I just kept it there, but I picked it up and I kept it in my mind. But one thing came to mind, that if this guy had something so beautiful to miss at home, he's working, he owned the club, but he would be like, "I'm done, I gotta go home." So I feel like what the women can do lately is to create a conducive environment that would nurture and keep the men them at home, give them a lot of peace.
Peace,
you know,
I can add to that.
I can add to that, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I don't practice to act like I own a man that I'm with, you know. And so a lot of women, when they get into a relationship and they're in a marriage, they own you and you better do as they say. But no, I don't practice like when my other half gets old, right? And he lays down in his bed, he should say, "I live my life well."
Yeah.
Whatever it means to make him comfortable or happy, or make him say that when he gets old, he should be able to say so. That's how I live. I don't know about other people. It might be hard for other people to do that, but I do.
No, I think you're right. You have to give people a certain amount of freedom to live their dreams and do that. And the thing is, the more you guys are sort of away from each other, the more you appreciate each other when you come back together as well. This is when the man wants to come home, right?
Exactly.
Like the guy in the club.
Exactly. We don't own nobody. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, if a person chooses what they choose, what are you going to do about it? It's a choice, and everybody has the right to choose. So I kind of like have that in the back of my mind at all times.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to ask you both quickly as well, because you're both married. Like, what was that aha moment for each of you when you thought to yourselves, "This is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with"? Was there that moment, or was it just a gradual thing?
It's gradual for me.
Yeah.
Like even when he asked, I was kind of shocked. I was like, what? Like, wait. You know, it took me a while to actually say, all right, I'm going to do this. And even after doing it, I'm like, okay, you know, I know what it takes to keep a house and a marriage together, but I'm thinking to myself, am I really ready?
Yeah.
You know,
Got it.
that's what it was for me.
God,
StoneBwoy, where you gone?
Wait, where's he gone? He's running too. He's like out of here.
Yo,
don't let me.
He's like, I'm
question.
out. I'm gone.
When he comes back, we're picking up on that one. Okay, so this is okay. It looks like some. I'm not sure. There's like a wheel turning. All right, so StoneBwoy. Oh, here he is. He's back. Back just in time, actually. Okay, good.
Funny now. I needed more.
What's that?
He's trying to stay awake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's an energy drink.
The answer to this question is heavy. It's a big one.
Oh, it's a big one. Okay.
That's my own brand right there. So anytime you come to Ghana worldwide, I can send you some of these. It's the best.
Ah, okay. That looks good.
Huh?
It looks tasty. So yeah, so we're on you, StoneBwoy. So what was your moment where you thought to yourself, okay, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with?
Say that again, please, one more time. Let me understand the question.
Oh, God, that's the third time. That's the third time. Where's your wife? Let's get her in here. Dr. Louisa, where is she?
She's in Ghana right now.
Oh, okay.
Miles away across the ocean.
Okay. Well, we do have 4 windows. We can bring her up real quick. Just kidding.
But let me just answer. What was the moment when I?
Yeah. Was there a moment where you realized, okay, this is the woman I want to marry?
Okay.
Yeah.
My own. When I saw my wife for the first time, I knew she was my wife. I told my friend, and she became my wife.
The first day, it was love at first sight.
I don't know, but
it was love at first sight.
But when she stopped me, somebody stopped me, and I'm like, yeah. And then you see when you're trying to track somebody down, like they do in films, in movies. They only need you to talk for a minute. Like they only need you to stay on the line for a minute.
Yeah.
So when I spent a minute in that environment, I was able to track the whole energies, and the spirit spoke to me. Yeah.
Okay. So you're super intuitive and you can predict the future?
Absolutely.
Really?
Highly.
Wow. That's
highly.
Like when it comes to everything, just
most
across
of
the board?
So, highly.
Are you a psychic?
Highly. Anybody who knows me well says, you're a wizard. I'm like, stay there.
Wow. Have you seen this side of him, Etana, before?
Well, they call me a witch too, so hey.
Oh.
All right.
Wow, so we got 2 psychics here, ladies and gents. All right.
But the reality is that whatever it is, nothing comes easy. Sometimes you can find your direction, you can find your mission, but achieving it is another thing altogether. It doesn't go together. So when I found the mission, I knew that I had to actually work towards it. So it was nowhere in anybody's mind that I was going to get married anytime soon, especially as a ghetto youth, as a dancehall artist, as a fighter, as a bad boy, and all they saw was he getting married. To who?
Wow.
Somebody else from the other side, like on the white collar side, like how?
Yeah.
And that alone teaches us, it teaches us that we shouldn't think ill of people. We should all embrace one another. We should just live, because there are a lot of people who can't be with those people they want to be with because of stigmatization and all of that and these things. So
yeah, and opposites attract as well. Just because someone's not in the world that you're in, it doesn't mean they're not right for you.
Exactly. Especially as musicians, we face a lot of difficulties. Like there's a lot of prejudice. Like, oh yeah, they're players. Oh yeah, they're bitches. You know what I mean? Like, because they go about to do the things and that. But I think we have to break the status quo. We have to change the norm. And one thing I know I was born to do is born to break the norm. Trust me, I can count 1,000 things that I done first, and I'm just grateful to God. That's like identifying my mission. So I go for it, and I make sure I make it happen.
Yeah.
Now we have 2 beautiful kids. The whole Ghana loves our bond, and they're waiting for a day that is gonna be like, oh, we told you. It's a lie. It's no day gonna come like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's gonna be love. We're gonna be able to bond together and forward.
But I don't see you as a player, though. I don't see you as a player. I don't know, but I don't see you as a player.
Were you a player before you got married?
Probably.
Yeah, I used to play number 6 on the pitch.
You know we're not talking about that. You used to play 6 women at the same time. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, but
I'm kidding.
I'm saying a lot of things the first time on this platform because I feel like I have to share it. Like
Yeah.
I've always been like a one. There's always like a lead girl.
Yeah.
Ever since when I was growing up, that I could, there's always a lead girl and a few backup singers, So.
Well, that's expected today in Africa, man. I know.
Yeah. So when we signed on the lead girl to become the main artist, I think we're like, all right, thank you. She can do all the harmonies. Thank you.
You got rid of the backing singers at that point in time.
Yeah, we just told the backing singers, thank you very much,
She can handle this solo.
You feel me?
Yeah.
My thing.
But in the end, I'm not gonna sit here to talk down or make anybody feel any way. I believe that the love journey or whatever, marriage, whatever life is a journey. Everybody will come to play a part. And as much as we leave people or people leave us, when the earlier we realize that they came in our lives for a certain purpose to teach us and for us to teach them, the better for us. That's all. And then we just forward. Because in the end, if you're giving the girls in the world, you can't manage it. If you're giving all the men in the world, you can't manage it. So you get yours for you and you deal with it.
Yeah.
But this actually kind of, go, Etana, are you gonna?
No, I said I agree.
Okay.
Everything he said, I agree.
Well, when you were talking about people being in your life for a purpose, that actually perfectly leads us to the next question. So, StoneBwoy, you have a song called Nominate that came out last year with Kerry Hilson, which is her first track in 10 years, right? So you brought her out of retirement or semi-retirement, which is amazing. Great track as well. But that all came from a chance encounter between one of your friends and Kerry on a plane. They were sitting next to each other, got talking, and then this song came out there. So I want to know from both of you about one chance encounter that you have directly experienced that changed your life. With anyone, just that a moment in time where you had a chance encounter with somebody.
Yeah.
Like mine, for example, was when I met somebody who told me, I was working for a public access show and I met the news director of a newscast, and he said, you should be a journalist. And then I started following that path. But I hadn't thought about journalism before that. So something along those lines, or it could even be in your personal life. Etana, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, Etana,
Well, I mean, when it comes to music, it was my Aunt Grace who passed away. I was close to her because I always loved to hear her sing. And she would learn these gospel songs from church, and she would come and sing it around in the house. But I knew like songs like Greatest Love of All and stuff like that.
Houston.
Yeah, and so I would sing along and she would sing with me. And that's when I kind of felt like there was something there that I was connected to.
Yeah. That
I needed to follow. And then I remember there was an old man. I was at a festival outside, and this old man, Rasta man, twin and long locks, and he came to me and he said, you must find your purpose, and when you find it, you hold on to it dear, because you have a purpose, Yeah. And ever since that time, I've been trying to find what it is until I found it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. And StoneBwoy, what was your chance encounter that changed your life?
Thank you very much. For me, my whole life has been an encounter with people.
Yeah.
I grew up on I can say I grew up on the streets, and it's the encounter with the least of with somebody you think the least about, that will throw something my way that will bring me some other great stuff.
Yeah.
So it's so many I've encountered that I can't actually, say all. But one time as well, this happened. I was on a flight. It was a European tour. And when I was coming from one other country, was it Sweden to Germany, something like that, one of my guys left my bag. They left it, I don't know, we're just crossing the immigration and they left the bag on the, so
Oh
it got
no.
stuck
It's the
with my
worst
stuff in it.
feeling.
Yeah. So I could see the bag, but I'm like, that's my bag. And in Europe, they stick by the laws. I got the bag 2 months' time. All right. But before that, now I had nothing. So I was just chill. And I had to fly on to the next one. So I got on a flight. Before I got there, I'm like, okay, let me use the F word. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I just need to feel good because my stuff is in there. So I went into the Gucci shop.
Yeah.
And I got me a backpack. It was like around 1,000-something euros.
Yeah, yeah.
I go and I put it on my back just to feel good about something.
Even though
when I
it was
got on a
empty.
flight, some guy, one white guy, we're about to get off, and then he's like, "Yo, I like your swag." And I'm like, "All right." So after when we're about to go out, something just spoke to me. Ask him who he is. Yo, all of y'all seated here in the business space and all that. Why don't you ask him? And I'm like, but who are you? And he said, I'm Tommy. I'm like, what Tommy? And then he pulled up his boxes. And I'm like, so I just immediately acted like I knew who the Tommy was, because we were exiting the plane anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
So by the time we walked off, the air hostesses and the way they were talking to him and treating him, I got to realize it's him as the Tommy Hilfiger. That's him.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that was the encounter, and from that time, he's been my guy.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Supporting my team and this is a beautiful encounter that I always remember, from one of the beautiful encounters that I always remember. So he messaged me like, would you want to wear my clothes? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Why not?
Nice.
So that is how I keep getting clothes every freaking.
Wow.
I think I have the most Tommy Hilfigers in Ghana.
Oh my God. So if
those
you
are one of the
had the old
encounters.
backpack, maybe he wouldn't have liked your swag as much.
Exactly. Maybe if I didn't lose it, I wouldn't be like, let me just look good.
Yeah.
And as well, look at how I met my wife as well. So my life is all encounter.
Yeah.
My life is all an encounter. And that's why I don't disrespect
Phone
people.
issues. I'm sorry.
No problem. That's why I respect everybody. I don't disrespect nobody at all.
Yeah.
Because everybody could be sent to you by God in a mysterious manner, to help your journey.
Absolutely. You never know. You never know. Be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
There's so much life left.
Etana, what were you saying? Are you good with your phone?
No, I said I have so much battery life left. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it just did something weird a while ago. But go ahead.
Okay. It seems good now, because this question is actually specifically for you. So you've debuted this new super glam look, right? Sexy.
Yeah.
We're absolutely loving it. And this is to go along with the new project that's coming out in a Pomoja, which is coming out in May.
Right.
So tell me what's behind this new look. Are you a new woman now? Is this a new side of Etana?
Oh boy. I mean, like I said, I'm just letting myself be that creative person. And before I used to think about a lot of things and I used to think about really what other people would have to say and what they would think and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, for what? Because at the end of the day, my fans are always going to be my fans. They're always going to be there, loving and waiting for the new stuff. Why am I holding back? And I just dove in.
Well, I'm absolutely loving it. I know a lot of your fans There are a couple of articles out there where people are questioning why you've sort of taken this more glamorous spin, and there are some people who have pointed
They
out.
said I did my body. They said,
They've
oh, I
said
did
lots
my
of,
nose.
yeah.
And I said to myself, I said, hold on a second. So it's been like 10 years now since I've not had locks.
Yeah.
10 years, right? And by the way, locks does not define a person's character. You know, all kind of people wear locks.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So what does it mean? Still, you know, I mean, it's basically how a person live. And you can know the people who are true Rasta based on how they talk, how they walk, how they live, and how they treat other people.
Yeah.
You know, that's where
It's not about the exterior.
No, at all. And additionally, I posted a picture in a dress, a long dress that they used to say to me all the time, why are you always wearing long frock? You always are wearing long, you're always covering up. Show us some skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the same long frock. Why are you so upset? You know?
Because now it's like a form-fitting, like bodycon.
Hey.
So it's a beautiful dress as well, by the way. But yeah, people seem to have a lot to say. So what do you ultimately sort of have to say to the naysayers who are saying, well, you used to sing about being supernatural, no makeup, etc., and now we're seeing a different side? Yeah.
No. I never in one song say to anybody, your hair must be natural. I never said to anybody, don't wear makeup. I've always worn makeup, like ever since. Always.
Got it.
And I never said to anybody, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. Because there were times when my skirt was no bigger than a belt. There were times when my braids were all the way down to my butt, almost to my knee.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, because I go through life making my own decisions about my own image, my own self, and how I feel about me, and I apply my thoughts and my beliefs to myself, I don't go around judging people. Some of my friends are definitely not like me. They don't look like me. They don't act like me. They don't believe like me. Some have locks, some have bald, some have straight hair, some wear patties outside. Some may feel like
what's patties?
Like what I call what Jamaica would I call batty rider. Right?
Okay, like the short shorts.
Some of my friends and even some of my relatives, some of my people, and when they put on the shorts,
yeah,
you're looking at a lot of skin. Let's just say that.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
And these are people that I par with, when I walk with, I want to talk with, and laugh with. I have no judgments on anyone. And I just live my life how I see fit for me. So if I don't feel like we're wearing makeup today, I may not feel like wearing makeup today. But if I feel like turn it up 10 notches, that's on me though.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's on every woman. We all have that right to be whoever we want to be.
Exactly.
And to evolve. And every man as well at the end of the
day.
I say, all of us. And especially
let me add one line. Let me give you one line. I said to myself, you see, when I came out of my mother, it was just me.
Yeah.
And when it's time to go, it's going to be just me. So I'm going to do me, right?
No, it's not going to be just you when it's time to go. And it's not going to be just you because that day that you go, God forbid, a lot of people are going to go on that day as well.
True. But you know what? At the end of the day, though, that's true. But at the end of the day, though,
but I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
I want people to just be themselves. And don't be afraid to be yourself. And don't sit down and think, oh, what are people going to think of me? Because there are a lot of people right now wanting to make moves, wanting to do things to better themselves and to make changes in their own lives. But they're sitting down thinking about, oh, what people are going to say? Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
But I also believe that it's because you are in the limelight, you know, and a lot of people follow and are inspired by us, so to say. So it becomes a huge issue if whatever we decide to do to us becomes their bread and butter, you know. So for me, most often I just keep it easy. I just do me.
Yeah.
And I hope that they do them as well.
Well, I hope that I inspire some people just the same. I hope that I inspire
some women. Yes, you do.
who are afraid to express themselves.
Which
And
is
I
right.
hope that I inspire them to express themselves as they seem fit, with respect for themselves and others, same way, but as you see fit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, you've got to be yourself. And really, at the end of the day, you can't care too much what people think.
Yep.
You're never going to please them all, are you? You're never going to please
At
them all.
all.
Okay, so StoneBwoy, this one is for you specifically. So you've been in the news a lot lately because of the Ghana Music Awards, which initially banned you. Why are you acting like you can't hear me? Which initially banned you in 2019. So you weren't a part of the show in 2020, but they are releasing the ban and you're free to go 2021, right? So first I want to start at the beginning for those who don't know. I know his facial expressions are hilarious. So for those who don't know, like what went down, because basically it was an incident that happened between you and Shatta Wale, another Ghanaian artist. Do you have any regrets about what went down that night or how it went down? No.
Actually, I'm smiling through this because how do I start? There was a big fight.
Yeah.
There has always been a rivalry. Huge
Why?
rivalry. I think me and Shatta Wale's rivalry is the biggest rivalry after Bounty. Bounty are the originator them, you know. After Cartel
and Cartel
and Movado in Jamaica, I think I stand to be corrected. You feel me? We are the biggest rival. We were. I think we still are, but we're just anyway.
Why? Like, where did that stem from? Where did that? Because you guys related. I read somewhere that you guys are related.
We got to find out later. You know, like from her mother's side, a mom. I could call her mom auntie from an extended family side. You know how Africans do extended family.
Yeah.
But that's on the side. We've been fighting for so long. That's not going to change nothing. We're still going to fight. Anyway.
But why?
Like, we got into a big fight. You feel me? And I think that day was a day of reckoning where I felt like you know, like the VGMA is an award scheme. You people have resentment towards award schemes and that because somebody wins, somebody loses, it goes on and on and on. But for the two of us, we've come from a background where I haven't done anything personal to him, and I don't think he has done anything personal to me either. At least not in the open, you know, because people could be doing a lot of things to you personally in their hideouts, but you're not there, you know. So it came up at a time. We've been rivals for years. The truth be that I think it all started with him and one other, Samini, who, you know, was another big, or is still another big reggae dancehall artist, you know, where I used to follow at a point. You feel me? You know, like we formed the high grade family and I was there and rare. So automatically an enemy of your, you know, becomes, so that was how I was drawn into the vibes. You feel me?
Oh, because that other artist was enemies with Shatta Wale.
Yes, exactly. Musical or however, I don't know the depth, but it was obvious.
Musical beef.
So it shifted to me as well. And me, I don't back out. You see me? Fool, you know what I mean? We come in and represent. You know the thing go, you know? So I think he doesn't back out either. So he made a move, and the move surprised the whole Ghana. The move I made.
So you guys were both on stage together?
So that was it. The whole thing broke out. And then the VGMA people decided to take it to the law and get us all jailed in court. So we went to cells a couple of times and that. We dealt with that. We came back. We did what we got to do. Sent apologies. But the beautiful thing was him and I came together to do like a peace, whatever, because there was no other option. We just have to peace up, bro. No other option, because the laws will work still. And so we came out beautifully. And the nice thing is that because both of us can't pinpoint anything that we've done to each other, like personally, it's just beautiful that we just keep it like so. Basically, we're good now. You know, there's no war right now.
Yeah.
None that I know of publicly.
Not
There
that you
could
know.
be one, because as family, you don't just fight once. You fight more than once. You know, so
I
maybe
heard
that's
there was
one on the
something
line.
new.
Another could come. But for now, we're good. Big up to Shatta Movement. Big up to Beam Nation. You don't know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm big up to Shatta himself. He's doing so well.
Yeah.
For himself, and we're all putting Ghana on the map, because I think we have done the most to try to push Ghana on the map from different perspectives. And I'm proud of him, as well as I know he's super proud of me too. So that's just it. But now they lifted the ban, and I think, honestly speaking, I know this is going to trend the whole. I speak the truth.
Yeah.
Once I can defend it with proof.
Okay.
We weren't spoken to before any decisions were made prior to even lifting the ban. Like, we were not consulted at all, as to say that, to be given the slightest of respect, you feel me, as ghetto youth, as even if we were useless people, the decisions you guys were making is about us. It's going to take effect on us. So at least let us be in the known that, hey, son, you did something bad. I'm going to whip you for this. That's how my father did. He opened the Bible and read it to you. Like, you, because you did this, the Bible says the rod is going to take away foolishness from the head of the child. So you now, and whip you. At least consult us. And none of that. So I feel like, as you know, like, we know we've learned on the job, and we know better right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
That we I don't want to use the word demand, that we deserve a certain amount of, you know, dialogue before things go, you know. And so now I'm not even confident that the lift of the ban is for the betterment of both parties, be it the organizers and me and Shatta as musicians.
Okay.
I still have my doubts, because the approach don't sit well. So
your concern was the fact that they publicized it. It was basically out in the press before there was a conversation with you and Shatta.
And there still hasn't been a proper conversation, so
Okay.
to say, because I believe that we all do have concerns to tender, you know. And I wouldn't want to say categorically that it is they don't want to meet with us, but the proof is there. Like, if they really did, they would have, you know. It's always kind of fishy. Lately, let's just speak the truth and forward. You feel me? So I thank God for the fans. The music will always be here. The award scheme or awards only come once in a year.
Yeah.
But you, the artist, have to be on your toes 365 1/4 days. So
will you be there
that's
this
it.
year? Are you going to
This
go?
year, I'm not sure. My management is still dealing with it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's what I can know. But I'm not. I don't think.
You want to have that conversation with them where they're upfront with you, and you can have that discussion and dialogue about why they're listening.
I believe so. But I think the last time we recorded was they wrote a letter, I think 2-3 days ago, and my legals and my lawyers are dealing with it. Let me repeat this. We're not trying to, because this is going to go far. This interview is going to go far. I don't have an iota of disrespect for anybody on any levels, you know. But the reality is that if it's supposed to better us, the approach would always be different. So since that approach couldn't come in like that, we're also afraid and feeling so skeptical of what it might be next time. You feel me?
What do you think is could be the reason behind it? What's your main concern?
Oh, I think financially, you know, for now, the two of us are some of the biggest artists on the continent, and especially in the country. So if we're involved in any of these things, definitely it will give it that, you know, patronage, because the masses have as well expressed their disappointment in the last one that happened.
Because you weren't able to be a part of it.
That, you know, it would have been more exciting. I know people love to see us fight. You know, people love to entertain themselves with fight. That's why you see UFC, you see boxing, people's daddies getting broken jaw and all of that. They're just happy to watch and bet their monies on that, you know. So I understand the fact that they still want us to be on that rivalry level to get it all going, you know.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's
On
smart, you
that,
know. It's smart. I got more respect for you now.
Ah,
It did tall, but no, it tall up.
it does.
Yeah, yeah.
Same way for you as well. Same way.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
smart.
I just had a quick question about it because we didn't have as much information here in the US, but in terms of that fight, that it was a physical altercation that happened at the awards.
We we fought number of times that was not on camera, bro.
Okay.
One time we were on the same flight. You know, at a point in time, we were all signed to one major in Ghana, you know, for different reasons. But I was on there before he came through. And then we had to make a visit to the king, the Ashanti king, you know.
Okay.
And so this man chartered a flight, put both of us on the flight. God knows, in the flight was crazy. Yo, it was left with somebody to just say, fight. And then we just start beating each other. But
Oh,
yeah, we just,
no.
but when we got down on the flight,
Yeah.
there was, yeah, we've always been at it. Shatta and I, man, we are too much. We are
It
too
almost
much.
sounds like you guys are brothers. Like, it almost seems like some sort of sibling rivalry or something going on.
Yeah. It used to be so real. It used to be very, very real.
Yeah.
But now, I don't think it can get to that level anymore. It's not going to be. As I believe so in my heart. It can't get to that level, you know.
Because then the fans get involved as well, don't they? Do the fans take sides, like with Mavado and
fight
Cartel,
every
which
day.
is dangerous?
Sometimes I have to go pay bills. I have to. People fight every day. People are not. Some of our fans are like, we don't like that. Both of you are cool now.
Oh.
Because it is. I understand perfectly. It's not going to take one day for some things to heal, because he has done a lot, you know, and you know, so we still are managing each other, but it's not going to get to that levels, you feel me?
Okay.
And it's not my prayers that one of us end up like Cartel, you feel me? Like, because we still need our freedom in the end, you know. I don't know the situation with Cartel, honestly speaking, but what I know is that he is not out in the world. He's in a confinement. That's not what I wish for either of us, you know. And we have to continue to preach peace. And making progress in peace is even more difficult than selling the war. Because if there's nobody's fighting, so it's all calm. So now to make progress in that space is even in the entertainment scene, I believe, is even more difficult. That's why everybody's jumping on the beef wagon, because that's like interesting already. Okay, all right, you know.
Like some of the reality shows, especially in the past.
Exactly.
When there's a fight, you know, that's when
people get caught onto that. But you know, and I feel like as much as that would happen naturally, it is an easy way out, and it doesn't last. You know, when there's no beef, when there's no fight, that's where you can see real hard work to get to the top.
So when you see each other now, it's more of a hug than a punch.
No, we vibe. We vibe. Sometimes we'll talk about the things. Sometimes we'll talk about, we laugh. The last time was the birthday of one of the entrepreneurs in the entertainment scene.
Yeah, I read something about that.
And I was on, and he came on, and we vibe. Both of us vibe. Now our beef is more. Our beef is real, but it's on that next level. You feel me? It's like pay-per-view kind of beef. So if you want a pay-per-view, we can come and fight.
Okay. So you guys will like take jabs at each other, but you're not taking it where you used
to. We're good, but we're not even trying to cross each other's lines right now. We're keeping it there. And if anybody wants us to fight, we can actually fight. But it has to be pay-per-view like they do in boxing, you know, like they do in UFC. We're not gonna fight for free no more.
An actual paid fight. But you know what I want to see? I want to see you guys on a song together. Yeah,
that's part of the pay-per-view, you know.
Okay. That's before or after the punching match.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if they want us on a song, I mean, we will work on a song, but we believe that it can't just be like that. You feel me? We have to take it to the next level, because that is how professional we can all get right now. Because we've fought before, which is real. Trust me, I believe that even the boxers who fight professionally, when they get off the ring, they don't too smile. They pretend to smile, because imagine when somebody punches your face and beats you and you won, and then outside of the ring you're trying to go out like, yo, it's cool. Nah, it's not real. They're just gonna make faces and try to. So that's how I think we are. We're not gonna be just fighting. You know what I mean? We can't just get together to do stuff right now. we have turned it into a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Got it.
I think that's the best way.
Yeah,
To deal with that kind of beef, you know.
Unity always wins, right? Unity
Exactly.
always wins at the end of the day. But you'd mentioned Vybz, and we were actually talking about Vybz Kartel, Etana, earlier before StoneBwoy joined. One of the things I did want to ask you is, when you were making that track, because you have a track that's coming out with him, is going to be your next single of the upcoming album. How is he doing? Have you gotten to sort of speak to him yourself, or is it all through his people?
No, it's all through his people. Like, because I mean, he is where he is, you know. So in order for somebody to probably talk to him or whatever, it probably has to be that they have to go through the protocol of seeing him, you know, passing a message through. You know, it's not just like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Like you can't just call him out. We couldn't get him on live right now.
No.
What does he
Big
think?
up to Jazzwad.
I mean, it could be arranged, but I'm sure it would have to go through some protocols, right?
A lot of channels.
Actually,
How does he feel?
To chip him, big ups to Jazzwad. I see Jazzwad on the line right now.
Jazzwad.
Jazzwad.
Hi, Jazzwad.
Like when you asked about the Afrobeats
right
and the invasion, like when you did ask about how dancehall and da into the UK and that.
Yeah.
Jazzwad is one of the people who has held the fort, and his family, basically, his father, he has a history. Put him on one of these days, and we have a lot to learn about the sound system and how his fathers, you know, pushed that agenda as one of the first people in UK. And interestingly, his fathers are Ghanaians from Ghana.
Wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's Yaboa. And Yaboa is Eastern region. So it always keeps, you know.
Yeah.
So look up to Jazzy.
That's what is cool, dude, and he's respected in music. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's Ghana, Jamaica, right there, you know.
So he's more dancehall and reggae.
Yeah.
He's a big producer.
Okay.
You know,
he
sometimes
dancehall and reggae music. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. All right, so we spoke a lot more about Vybz earlier, which is why I'm going to switch to the next question, which is question number 9. We're almost done with the 10 and 10. So StoneBwoy, this one is for you. One God, your fire new track. I'm loving it. Talk to us just a little bit about what it is about, because to me it seems like it's about overcoming adversity to get to the level of success that you're at right now. Is that the message behind it? Yeah.
Which is right. At the point in time, I was inspired to do that song, and I think it speaks for itself. It's literally it says what the song is, but it's for everybody. Like, you know, you get to a point where you're grateful for the things that you have and the levels that you're on, and you know it's God. So in the end, it's just God, basically.
Yeah.
I've got to ask you about the artwork, because the artwork is so cool. But I was trying to figure out, what does it actually mean? So it's you standing next to your shadow, who is a beast with horns. And I was watching one guy on YouTube, he was saying, oh yeah, you know, that means the goat. He's the goat, like the greatest of all time. But is that what this signifies? What is this beast with the big horns?
Thank you. Shout outs to my creative team. They pulled that. I didn't even ask for something like that. So big ups to Fawaz K Studio and there's one more. I remember his name before it ends. I believe that we are greater than what they see physically. You know, if we could all see the beasts that we were or we are, you know, to be a beast is not a bad thing necessarily, you know. So I believe that there's some supernatural things in us as people and even as creatives, you know. So that was what I was trying to portray, that like even the Bible says that greater is he that is in us than what is outside of us. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you don't know.
It makes me think of the there was a photo that I saw online. It's like a little kitten and the shadow is a big lion. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's sort of, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Yeah. And
so that's what it means. Like inside of us is always a greater force, a greater energy than what is on the outside. So that artwork was just trying to picture what the inside is. And a goat in these days, with greatest of all time, people say goat and use that. I think I'm doing my best to be my own great of my own time, because ain't nobody can be like me and I can't be like somebody else, but we can all work together to be great. So, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get to the last question, I do just want to ask you both as well, just about your current projects. Pomoja is going to be coming out in May, and we've addressed some of the songs on there. But give us sort of the overview of what everyone can expect from the new album, Etana, and
Well,
because this is kind of new for you, like you're taking a new direction with this music.
Pomoja means together, right? It means together
in Swahili.
And
yeah.
I think I chose some of the best people in music to be on this project. You know, StoneBwoy being one of them. Thank you. Yeah, I think I chose some of the best people in music to be on this project, and so that we can unite people from all over the world continuously with music. And more than anything, the song is about, you know, the legacy of family, self, you know, one's life, and, you know, how we can stay together, stick together, make the family grow, you know, unite as one people, even though we're a rock and a bubble and a wine and a, you know, we're doing it in positive and in good spirits, you know. So I can't wait for the album to drop. They're gonna love it, and I'm sure that they will have a hard time picking the best song, I think.
I think so too. I think
Thank
so too.
you.
And Damian Marley's on there as well.
Junior Gang Marley is there.
Gang.
And so that has to be, I think that definitely has to be, it is one of my favorites on there as well. Because the way how he ate up that track, like when he dropped on the verse, the man just like, he ate the track. He ate it.
You know, the gong is the gong. What you mean?
Yeah, so I think the people that I chose to work with on this project, you know, it just couldn't get no better. I just love it the way it is. It's just wicked.
Thank you for having us. On
Yeah,
behalf of everybody that's on the album, thank you for having us.
Yo, he brings the vibe wherever him go. Because I remember when we were in the even though it's like in the middle of the pandemic in New York, when he came in the studio.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, everything was going good and we were like holding a vibe to the music and shooting. When he walked in, it was like, yo, 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 yo. And the place just like wake up and everybody was like, yeah. So,
It's just
with
got
a
that
million
contagious
boys,
energy.
You came in with the bag.
With a million boys in the bag as usual.
Yeah.
Do you guys shot the video together, didn't you, during the pandemic?
Yes,
in New York.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh, we had to do the temperature checks. Yeah. And I remember the guy who was in the studio with us coming to our room with, you know, the makeup artist and everybody. And he was saying, oh, you have to put these little blue things on, some blue things like you put over your shoes so you don't walk from, you don't take...
the plastic things.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, you know. And then they cleaned out the rooms, they sweep them out, they wipe them down, them spray them down. I'm like, geez. But otherwise, when we got together and we were on set, we had fun. And that's the
yeah, man, we did.
Yeah.
Nice.
And her stylist, the stylist that she used to take care of my things is dope. You know.
Oh wait,
so
your stylist, what you said?
Sharon.
The stylist helped you out.
She brought. I mean, she brought
the wardrobe for both of us.
For everything,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and she actually.
You both look great in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she kept to the levels. She knows the levels, so she gave us the creme de la creme, the top things.
We had to make sure we don't disappoint. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
but I must say, Stone, she went further than I thought she would have. Like, she just went all out, and I appreciate that. You know, I love her for that.
Yeah. No, you both look awesome in that video. StoneBwoy, you have a new project with Buju Banton, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Buju is a great godfather, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think me and him go slightly way back, and I'm gonna say here, he used to be in Ghana often than people thought, and around them time there, I was still a little youth coming up.
Okay.
And I knew the family that he rolled with, because he had like a family. So I would be there once and once and once. So when I got to Jamaica this time, and I really needed to meet him up, I spoke to the family relative that he was with, and he was amazed. It's like, oh, is that you that used to come to the house? So it was nice. It was like a long time meeting him, and now we're here. That's you, StoneBwoy, from them time there, And,
does he remember? He remembers.
He tried to, but he remembers that vibe, and it's beautiful. He got me some food. He got me some Ghanaian food. He actually got me eba and a goosey stew, and he taught me a lot of things, and I admire his strictness. He reminds me of my father and all these ones. So it's like a big brother. Oh, and say Godfather still,
Yeah.
And that's it. So we recorded a song. Guess what? I'll be honest. I was nervous as hell. Like, yo.
Were you?
I was in the studio. I was in his studio. Boy, like, I couldn't even finish up like I have the lines, but the delivery, and then I felt that it's nervous, right?
Yeah.
And he would laugh at me and be like, "Come on, man, we go take a draw and thing," and he saw it, and I couldn't hide it. I'm like, yeah, and I couldn't hide it. I'm like, he said, "Nah, take it easy." I'm like, yeah, but if I could do anything about it, I'll do it, but I can't.
Yeah.
This is how the feeling is. You feel me? To be in the same studio with Buju, I play the guitar, Buju chat to me. We're vibing. It's not like we're vibing. And he calls me to check up on me, and I call him, I'm like, this is like from 0 to 100 real quick. But as the saying goes, real will always recognize real.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. So big respect to Buju, not Buju alone. Big up to all my Jamaican artist friends who have been so real to me and being open, because I look beyond the artistry. Trust me, people. Put the artistry aside. That's where you find the real people. Big
Sean
up to
Paul
Jackie,
is one of them, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He was on Let's Go Live, and you have a song with Sean Paul.
Sean is like another big brother.
Yeah.
I love the relationships more than just getting together to do one song, because this is life. You feel me? We would need each other even aside music and trying to tap into each other's clouds.
Yeah.
That's on the side. To be family is most important to me. So big ups to Sean Paul, big ups to I-Octane, same way. Big ups to Sasko. I want to remember all the names so they know that,
Cranium.
Like Cranium. Cranium.
I know more than you do.
Yes. And my Jamaican family is tall. Big ups to Kabaka Pyramid. Cool Stone, Beanie Man. I'm a Jamaican, literally. I just need to get my passport. Trust me.
Everybody.
I just need to Winford from on stage. I just need to get my big respect to
That was a good one.
Even Tanya Stevens, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Marshall Griffiths. Yeah.
Yeah.
We vibed one time, like John, So the mission is still in progress, and that's what I thank God for, that He's using us, not just me alone, because it will come a time where we shall sing one song as Black people, you feel me? And it can only get greater and mightier. See?
I love the way you guys are bridging the divide and just bringing these different genres together, because it just sounds incredible. I think
big ups to Bounty Killer, big ups to Jamil as well. Yeah, people typing it in there. Big ups to Popcorn as well. I mean, more time we don't get to meet up, but Popcorn is a bridging of mine from time, you feel me? And that's the vibe.
Yeah.
So
he's incredible too.
John, why not?
Yeah. All right, love it. So this is going to be the last question.
Ching ching. Yo, put them in there. Ching ching as well. I'm Reggie. Yeah, I said Jamil already. Mad.
Awesome, guys. All right. Okay. So this is the last question. You guys are both entrepreneurs. You both have your own record labels. Mm-hmm. What advice do you have for people? Because it's happening more and more where creatives also need to know the business side of things and need to handle their own business, right? To be able to be creative. So what advice do you have for people in terms of how to be successful, both as a creative and also as an entrepreneur? Because oftentimes those who are creative find it hard to handle the business side of things initially, at least?
Well, I don't know everything. The only thing that I can say is that when you're just when an artist is starting out, when I was just starting out, I know that I created music with my heart, right? And a lot of people that I got in contact with, I had to first trust my spirit first, to deal with them and to work with them. But I wish that I had known that some of the people who I got in connection with were not just doing the music from the heart like me. They were doing it from a business side, because they can't write and they don't sing and they don't get like a vision or a melody in their mind like 3 o'clock in the morning. These people are thinking numbers at 3 o'clock in the morning, and so they will take everything that they can take from a creative, because they don't understand our world like we don't understand theirs. So I wish that I had made different decisions and not deal with people like on a trust and loyalty level, and more on a business level from the beginning.
Yeah. And going with your gut instinct is a big part of that, right?
No, going with my gut instincts is a part of it, but I think that I have this loyalty thing more than a gut instinct. So, like, for example, when I was first starting out, I told the management at Fifth Element that I didn't want to go to any labels. I said, I want to produce my own music, and I want you to find a distributor for me that we can distribute the music through, so I can own my music. And at that time, believe me, I didn't know anything about any company, nothing. I just know that I wanted to produce my own music myself.
Yeah.
And then soon after that, they got incarcerated, and Fifth Element was no more, and I was left on my own. And I remember the last phone call that I got from my manager at that time was to say, hey, go work with VP, because if anything, I could pick up the phone and call them. Now, I would never question anything at all. As long as it's said, it's done. That was my mindset. My management said so. My family, because we were like family now. We sleep in the same room. We eat out of the same pot. We live, we gel. We together. We in a family. And I was like his daughter. So when he says, hey, do this, that's what I did. And so I went with VP, right? And also I trusted everything that was being done and said at the time. And then some years later, we ended up fighting and all kind of things, and all kind of things went all kind of ways, which I just said, you know what, at the end of the day, maybe if you wasn't so loyal.
Yeah. What advice can you give to others coming out of that situation?
Coming out of it. Don't be afraid to get out of it. Get a lawyer, even though you had an agreement before, even if the agreement mess up, even if whatever you think in your mind, find a lawyer, get out of the agreement. And some agreements are not easy to get out of. If you have to deliver the albums to the best of you and be out. You can worry about it later, but just keep creating music. Keep doing you. That's the biggest thing ever. Like, you have to remain true to you and keep doing you.
Yeah.
I remember to have faith too. Because sometimes, even when you're afraid, if you take that step, even though you're afraid, sometimes it's the right step. Yeah. And you're not going to regret it, So, just get out of it. Get a lawyer. And after that, never do anything without the right lawyer. And even if your lawyer read it, you read it and make sure you understand it, even if your lawyer read it, Yeah, because sometimes they skip over things too. And some of them do miss things.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
they do. So you need to know all this stuff as well, as much to the best of
Know
your
as much as you
ability. Good
can about the
advice.
business of music. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. StoneBwoy, what about you? You're a CEO as well as a creative, an artist. How do you manage both?
Like Etana said, like some of the things we got to know later, but in our world, coming from Ghana at the time, there was no, I didn't sign to nobody. I just had to push my way forward. So I remember before you even sang anything in primary school, we always heard the introduction of songs like something production, you know. So before you made even a track, I remember from time you had to say something production.
Yeah.
So I always said from the beginning, I said something production. That so anybody else here, that's my production. Yeah, you know, that's how we in our world. That's how it was.
Okay.
Whereas you're the one that's fixing your things and making your moves and growing yourself. For me, typically, I give respect to everybody, but from scratch till today, I've owned myself.
Okay.
Because
you've owned all your
there
own.
was no help. That's how because there's nobody gonna do nothing for you, so you just have to do it for yourself. So that is how we've come this far. And the last time I signed
all your own masters.
And, the last time I signed a contract, I still the last time I signed a contract, it lasted for like a year. Like I was saying, me and the owners are still so very good, but because based on such terms, we've been able to gel through. So my masters from scratch are all mine. If anybody says they own my masters, I think that's a big lie. I own from scratch of my songs till now because I've managed to pay for my stuff. It's just by the virtue of hustling for yourself through it all.
Yeah.
And now we realize that has actually helped. Because I was having a conversation with Jamil and he was expressing the way things run over there. And I was like, whoa, really? So along the way, I've always had some legal person to look at it for me once or twice, but I couldn't afford anyway. So it wasn't like a pressure on them. So most of the times, from the beginning, I'd have to read my own things. I'd have to just follow my heart because I want it done. So a few things may have fallen offside, but now, from some time now, you're going to have to go through 2 lawyers at least to get to me. It's two my peoples in Ghana, my peoples in the UK, my peoples in America.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't come to me with anything because one thing I believe is that nobody is coming to better me. They're coming to use me to better them. As far as I'm concerned in this game.
Yeah.
Like they don't love me so much so that they want to give what belongs to them to me.
True.
It's definitely what they can also get out of it.
True.
And what they can say they're giving me. Like my last album when I dropped, it was looking like that. There was only one clause that made me never give it to a major.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you want to keep this for this number of years after the whole thing? My bad, I'm sorry. I'll still be journeying little by little, and we're going to get there. Someday, somehow. So
you almost signed with a major for that album, you're saying, and then...
Yeah, not once. Not once. I don't want to mention it, but it's one of the big ones one time. And then my last album, 2017, Episodes of Mama, was going to go on with Universal somehow.
Yeah.
And then this was going to go with Sony BMG.
Okay.
But we keep growing and we keep saying no, yes, depending on what.
Feeling out what's right for you and what isn't.
Yeah.
Not every situation is going to be right for you. As
we've gotten used to the hustle.
Yeah.
We've gotten used to the suffering from time, having to do our own things. You feel me? So if it's not really correct, we just be like, all right. So, but I'm still open though to get some of the best deals that can work for me because in any way, I cannot also be too greedy. You cannot always win. Sometimes you have to lose to win. So,
True.
Except I'm going to lose, then I won't do it. But if I'm going to lose to win, we'll manage.
Yeah, failure is going to come along the way on the path to success, isn't it?
Exactly. Sometimes we need some of this big food at once. Sometimes what you can do with $5 million when you have it at once is different from what you can do with 100K, 150K saving it. You feel me? Yeah. So more time,
Good
That's just it.
advice from both of
So,
you.
so to the labels out there that are watching, you know the things. I'm in conversation with a lot of them. Bring the bread, and I'll bring you the song, and with or without, we're gonna get big.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
Amen.
good attitude to have. Like there is no other choice at the end of the day. We're gonna get there, and if you
Yes.
think like that, you are gonna get there.
Yeah.
There's no other way. You guys passed the 10 and 10 challenge. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Is
Thank you
there
very
anything
much.
else? I mean, obviously we've talked about everything, but is there anything else people need to know, what to look out for? Obviously they know where to find you on socials, but any last parting words, guys?
Yeah.
Just keep looking out for the new music. And
Yeah.
And follow me on Instagram, Etana Strong One, and Facebook, One Etana, ONEETANA. This are the vibes that every day. Or if you can't find it, just look up Etana Music. That's the website. You'll find everything there.
And the new Vybz Kartel track.
Keep loving Bim Nation and StoneBwoy.
Yeah. And just quickly, so the new Vybz Kartel track, that's the next single, which is coming out March 26th.
Yo,
Right.
oh, you know that. Yo, oh, you know.
Wait,
Yo, Shabadi.
am I not supposed to... Wait, I am supposed to know this, right? No, I'm psychic like you guys.
No, you're the only one who knows that right now. Well, I know, but you're the only one who knows. But yeah, that's the date.
Oops.
March 26th.
I hope I didn't
Hey,
get
you're
on
bad.
trouble. Sorry.
We're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to the album.
For the new single called "Baby-O" with Vybz Kartel.
Baby-O with Vybz.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be released on March 26th. And I'm sure you're gonna love the vibes. You know, understand? It's just about that feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And StoneBwoy, you were saying.
Thanks to everybody who logged in right now. Those who are gonna watch it later, thank you so much. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Etana appreciates you. And remember, keep loving us, keep supporting us, keep buying the music, keep streaming the music, and stream Proppa and all these things.
Yeah.
And somebody is saying they want a freestyle of the song before we go, and I'm not gonna starve you guys. I mean, I want to drop my verse still of Proppa, so you go check out Proppa. It says, "I'm an African king in this place, Jamaican girl, you be my testo. See, I get the big space, so only you go fit to fill up the place, so make I keep you loving when nobody go fit to replace, so love where you never see before. Hurry up and come riding on me Maserati. From Ashaiman to Chilani, I see the jolly with the count the money. Sexy Rasta Bononi. Say I go show you love, we go over you. I go give you all of me, nothing, no day, and no fee do for you, baby.
You want to
You
be
don't
my
know.
lover? Come at me,
Come on me proper.
You want me to hand it over?
Over.
So come at me
Proper.
But cherish me just like baby, and I call you Papa. If you want to be my lover, so
Lover. Yeah.
Wow. You guys
you
are
well,
so talented.
You will never fall my hand, so love you well. You will never fall my hand, so yeah. You don't know, you know. Sharon Carpenter. Yes, so we're there, you know. StoneBwoy, Etana, Ghana, Jamaica, one world, Afro-Dancehall.
I need parties to be back so we can party to this song. That's what I need.
Miss Sam, you have no idea how I can't wait to touch the stage and blaze this one.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys, all of you guys for watching. You've been awesome. Thank you, Etana, Strong One, live from Jamaica. Thank you, StoneBwoy, the legend himself.
All right, we out. Thank you. Big respect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you hanging with us.
All right.
Let's go live. Good luck with everything. We're going to be watching all the new stuff that comes out. And you guys are killing it. You're bridging the gap. Ghana meets Jamaica. We love it. Worldwide.
Thank you for having us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks so much, guys.
Nice.
Bye.
Leave.